All right, gather round. Let's talk about a topic that comes up almost every day. Everyone has an opinion. The literature is messy, and at the end of the day, you're still going to have to use your brain. The timing of cholecystectomy and gallstone pancreatitis. Let's walk through the key studies. First up, the PONCHO trial. That stands for Pancreatitis of Biliary Origin Optimal Timing of Cholecystectomy, published in 2015 by the Dutch Pancreatitis Study Group. Randomized multicenter study across 23 hospitals, analyzing 266 patients and assessor blinded. Solid methodology. They enrolled patients with mild biliary pancreatitis, and mild meant no necrosis or collections and no organ failure lasting beyond 48 hours. But here's the thing. They didn't randomize patients the moment they rolled through the doors. They waited until the pancreatitis had settled, the patient was off opioids and CRP under 100 and downtrending, no fever, tolerating diet, and expecting discharge within a day or two, which means the storm had passed. Then they randomized cholecystectomy within 72 hours of randomization, or interval cholecystectomy at 25 to 30 days. See what they did there? They're not comparing operating early after pancreatitis versus waiting. They're comparing operating before discharge after recovering versus sending them home and bringing them back in a month. The primary endpoint was a composite of mortality and readmissions for biliary events within 6 months. Results showed that the primary endpoint rate was 5% in the early surgery group versus 17% in the interval surgery group. So the conclusion was straightforward. If it's mild pancreatitis and the patient has recovered, get the gallbladder out before they leave. Don't send them home to wait for their gallbladder to throw another tantrum. The next study is the Gallstone PANC trial, published in Annals of Surgery, 2019. This study asked a bolder question. Can we operate even earlier? Like within 24 hours of admission. This is a U.S. study, single-center, parallel group randomized trial that analyzed 97 patients with predicted mild pancreatitis. Note the word predicted, because in 24 hours, all you can do is predict if the pancreatitis will be mild. And the way they defined mild severity was a BISAP score of 0 to 2 with no other issues. The early group underwent cholecystectomy with intraoperative cholangiogram within 24 hours of presentation, regardless of whether symptoms had resolved. Doesn't matter if you still have pain. Doesn't matter if your lipase is still in the thousands. You're going to the OR. The control group waited for clinical resolution, pain gone, labs trending down, the traditional approach. Aggressive? Yes. Interesting and relevant? Also yes. The primary endpoint was the 30-day length of stay, including any readmissions. What did they find? The length of stay was lower in the early group, 50 versus 77 hours. That's roughly 1 day shorter. Now, is 1 day a big deal? Depends who you ask. Hospital administrators will tell you that's a 30% reduction in stay. Your patient who has to arrange childcare and take time off work might also like it. But the surgeon who has to operate on an inflamed field might have a different opinion. Here's the other finding. The early group had fewer ERCPs, 15% versus 29%. But, and there's always a but, complications were slightly higher in the early group, 6% versus 2%. Not statistically significant, but the study had fewer than 50 patients per arm. It wasn't powered to detect a difference in complications. The Bayesian analysis is telling, 99% probability that early surgery decreases length of stay, but 72% probability that it increases complications. So actually, early cholecystectomy doesn't really look all that attractive to surgeons, even in mild pancreatitis. Now let's swing to the other end of the severity spectrum, because not every gallstone pancreatitis patient is mild. The 2023 JAMA study from the MANCTRA-1 Collaborative. This was a big retrospective cohort of 3,696 patients across 42 countries. They looked specifically at patients with moderate and severe pancreatitis, as per the revised Atlanta criteria. They defined early cholecystectomy as within 14 days of admission. Now let's pause here. 14 days is a pretty generous definition of early. In the context of the other trials, 14 days is practically elective. But in severe pancreatitis, where patients might be in the ICU for weeks, 14 days is still relatively aggressive. What did they find? Early cholecystectomy was associated with dramatically increased mortality. The odds ratio was astronomical, like around 361. The morbidity was also higher. Now, before you panic and swear off ever operating on anyone with pancreatitis, take a breath. This is observational data. There's almost certainly massive confounding here. This isn't a randomized trial, and you can't draw causal conclusions. But the message was clear. In non-mild gallstone pancreatitis disease, early surgery doesn't help. Okay, so we have 3 studies. Looks very diverse, right? How do you make sense of all this? Here is a surgeon's take. You see, what none of these studies adequately capture is the practical reality of what it's like to operate when there's inflammation in the retroperitoneum. When the pancreas is swollen and angry, that inflammation isn't contained in the pancreas. It extends to the porta hepatis, the hepatocystic triangle, that little window where you need to see the cystic duct and cystic artery clearly before you clip anything. That gets obscured, and oftentimes it bleeds when you look at it wrong. Even if you convert to open, and you might have to, your hands barely fit in the right upper quadrant. And if, God forbid, you injure the bile duct in that setting, you're dealing with a bile duct injury amidst ongoing inflammation. Good luck with that repair. I've learned that operating on the gallbladder when the pancreas is inflamed is not a good idea. Not because the data says so, although it does, but because the operation is harder, the risks are higher, and the consequences of a complication are worse. So here's a good approach. If pancreatitis is truly mild, and I mean truly mild, the patient looks fantastic. They're eating a full breakfast. Pain is controlled without opioids. CRP is falling its first episode. They are ready to leave, and the CT looks better than the patient. Then yes, do the cholecystectomy before discharge. But if there's any concern, and I mean any, the patient doesn't look quite right, the labs have many red numbers, and the patient looks better than the scan, slow down. And for moderate to severe pancreatitis, don't even think about it. Wait. Let the inflammation settle. The gallbladder will still be there in 6 weeks, okay? And the operation will be safer and easier. Your patient will thank you. See, here's the uncomfortable truth about medical literature. If you search hard enough, you will find a study to support whatever you already want to do. That's not cynicism, just reality. So my philosophy is simple. A safe cholecystectomy matters more than an early cholecystectomy. Length of stay is a hospital metric. It depends more on the system and matters more to the system. Know the data. Learn from it. But at the end of the day, treat the patient in front of you, not the patient in the study, not the average patient, your patient. If you have any questions, write to me on these platforms.